Okay, alignment please be good, and lights please work. Here we go. Ooh. Lights look like they work. Oh my god, and the alignment is good. Yes, oh my god, this effing awesome. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Okay, it's Boxing Day. Hope you all had a good Christmas and got lots of new pinball stuff from Santa this year. I got a pretty sweet shirt actually from my mother. She got it from Joe Cheravino, Pinball Degenerates. It's just a black shirt, and on the front it just says Void and Requeue. And if you ever been to a pump and dump tournament, you know exactly what it means. It's like you have the crappiest score that you're trying to put up, top score on, and you ask the volunteer to void the score and put you back in the queue. So I don't even need to say that anymore. In the course of a pump and dump weekend, you can technically say that 100 or 200 times. So I just need to point to the shirt now. So that was a pretty sweet gift. Anyway, I'm back in the basement. I'm going to see what I can polish up on this Mars God of War project. There's still some stuff on the to-do list. I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty. We'll take a look at my last bit of things on the list, but I didn't show that I added a cute little broken old plastic from Mars God of War as a little keychain. I don't even think I showed off my new red rubber tip. But I had some company over a couple days ago, and I was like, hey, check out the new project. And I wrenched off the towel. Oh, where did I even put it? Where did it go? Where did it go? Is it on the playfield? I think it's on the playfield. Here. And I broke my spaceship. I broke its arm off. But I managed to find the piece. So I'm going to crazy glue that bad boy back into place. And it should be okay. So careful when you wrench off towels off the playfield. You may break some crap. So in the last video, holy dust. I'll turn off this. Got pretty much playfield done and a gameplay done. Things are working pretty good. I got a couple things on the to-do list from the play test. Here, let's go like this, and then like this, and then we shouldn't pick up the dust. So I just wanted to check the upper flipper coils to make sure they were proper, because they're strong, and they're probably going to break the shit out of this shit if I keep it up. But I checked the manual, and sure enough, it took me a bit to find it, but here it is. Where is it actually? Right here. 4 flippers A-20095. So they are all, in fact, correct. So just, you know, it is what it is. If one of these breaks, I've got spares, so that's nice. What else? So I can actually cross that off the list. Upper pop bumper adjust. Yeah, I might still just adjust that pop bumper. No biggie there. Hey, let's turn this on, because that's going to be part of the possible to-do list too. I'll show you in a minute. Number 3, display was a little bit weak, but I since swapped that out with a different display. And all 4 displays are now in tip-top looking shape. So those are all good. New balls. I still have to throw in some new balls. What's this say? Swap the soundboard. Oh yeah. I kind of forgot. Not really, but I have a soundboard from Black Hole when I had all my Black Hole soundboards and boards all shopped up. So this one has been serviced by the one and only Brent Butler. It's got Black Hole ROMs in it. But if I take out these ROMs, 666, that is your Mars God of War ROMs, pop them in here, 668, the black hole, then maybe my sound issue that's cutting in and out will be resolved. I really think it should be. So I'd be surprised if that doesn't do the trick. Because then in that case, I'll have not only a new board, I'll have new ROM, so that will rule out both of those things. So I'm going to do that. Glue my spaceship back together. General illumination. Now, I thought when I was editing my video, I noticed a couple of these guys were not lit up, but they appear to be fine right now, so I don't know if I was just seeing things or not, but I will keep an eye on these guys to make sure that they're in fact working as they should. Also, here's an interesting thing from Marco. These lane guides are not all the same. 3 of these have kind of little ridges in them. Let's look at that. See that? Those 3 have ridges. These 2 do not. So Marco sent me a little bit of a mixed bag of lane guides. Doesn't really affect anything whatsoever, but I thought I noticed that at the beginning, but I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, but 'tis not true. They're in fact different. What else do I got? Flipperware. Oh yeah, Chris McKinley said something, you know, make sure you got enough play on your flippers, because he noticed that there's some flipper drag here from the past, and so I'm doing it right now. Thank you for the idea there, Chris. I'd say that I'm pretty happy. I've got all the play that I need on those guys, so that should be fine. I don't see that wearing any further. And then a little more play testing. So that's what I'm going to do. I think, let's grab my pen. Cross off upper coils check. Number 3 display. And general illumination. I'm not going to cross that off just yet, but I'll just put the question mark. And flipperware. Okay, like already knocked off half the stuff on the list. So I'm going to pop in the soundboard, because that's the most exciting of all these things to do. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm just in the process of swapping these game ROMs over. And I just had to run upstairs, and then I remembered I have a gift that I haven't opened from Kevin yet. What could it possibly be? Let's open it together. Hey, Kevin. How did you know? Oh yeah, I won this as a match prize at Forked River. Batman 66 Bat Koozie. So that's going up on the wall somewhere. But anyway, let's have a look at these 3 soundboards. This is the one from Brent. This is the one from Kurt. And this is the one from Mars God of War that is being weird. So I can see that, no, that is normally socketed chip, so that's okay. Doesn't look like there's been much work going on this board at all. Original caps, I believe. But really nothing. It looks like the contacts were cleaned. I don't know if I did that or not. Oh, but look here. There's some stuff going on here. Yeah. Okay. So that has been worked on. This is Kurt's board from St. Thomas. So this is the SC-01 chip. It is intact, but there's some stuff going on here. This SN74L7S4AN chip, both these guys have been socketed. It looks like he replaced this cap. These guys, I'm pretty sure he said he recapped the whole board. It looks like original potentiometers there for, I think one is sound and one is speech. And what else do we got? Ooh, more stuff happening here. And reflowed contacts on that guy. Okay, this is the one that I sent to Brent. And it looks like this chip has been replaced, this one, and I hear Alexa going off upstairs. It looks like at least that cap has been replaced, and that cap, I don't know if these have been replaced. They kind of look like they could be newer than that, right? So maybe those have been replaced. Let's see what the back side looks like. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. This, at least, socket has been replaced, and this socket and or chip. 1, 2, 3 smaller chips, but no crazy jumpers anywhere. I could maybe afford to clean that up a little bit. Here's the 2 ROMs that came from Kurt's board, and I noticed one has a broken leg. So I don't love it, but I'm going to test it anyway. And I cleaned off all the legs with a little bit of sandpaper, like 400 grit or something. So I'll pop these guys in here and see what happens. Okay, the soundboard is installed. I didn't quite lock it into place yet with all the standoffs, but well, we're gonna give that a try. In the meanwhile, I also surgically repaired my spaceship. My stupid gel crazy glue that I bought at the dollar store is actually liquid, even though it says gel on it, and I like the gel stuff, but hopefully that sticks. It's only been on there for like 2 minutes, so it looks better though. As long as that stays, then I'm happy with that. Okay, well, let's fire this on and see if the sound issue is resolved. If we even have sound at all. I am going to have to possibly look into these dip switches, see what they do. I just put them to the same setting that was on the one that was in there, which makes sense. But the one that was in Kurt's Mars God of War is actually different, so I don't know. Shouldn't I be hearing something right about now? Let's hit start and see what happens. Okay, I heard speech and I hear background noise. I think the background noise is a lot louder than the speech, so we're going to adjust that. So the main test is going to be whether the background sound cuts out pretty much right away, which it usually does. So far so good. The spinner is usually a good way to cut out the background sound. I think good things are happening. Okay. I think we need to turn the background sound down. Can I do it like this, or do I need a screwdriver? I'm gonna need a screwdriver. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. I don't know which one is which, but let's just start with this guy here. Oh, that's background sound. Sweet. It's more like pitch, though, than volume, I think. Maybe it is volume. It's just kind of more muted. It's not really... Okay. Maybe I need to turn up the speech. Okay, I'm gonna tinker with this and I'll be back. Okay, so it turns out this is actually speech and this is background sound. And you can use your hand to turn these knobs. So I can crank this background sound. way up, which is pretty freaking cool. And then the speech. Okay, so we'll get some speech going here.
Lower bass, right. And is destroyed.
Maybe turn that down a smidge. Between these two volumes and the volume in the cabinet, I think I got it to a pretty good balance, so this should do something.
Lower bass, right. Secure. Stargate for Hyperforce.
I don't know how well you can hear that, but let me turn up the overall volume and do some more.
Lower bass, left. Fence is destroyed.
Yeah, I think I'm liking this.
Lower bass, left. Secured. Shoot Stargate for Hyperforce.
And you ready to attack?
Hyperforce 2. Hyperforce 5. Battle is over. Mars is supreme.
Alright, I think I'm happy with that adjustment. And these lights seem to be fine, so everything is checking out pretty good right about now. What's left? New balls. Swap the soundboard. Where'd my pen go? Here it is. I think that might be good to go. So let's lock this into place for now. Got 4 standoffs. And I still do have 2 connectors coming for this guy, and I'm gonna do those just for good measure because don't really love the way this is done, or edge connectors in general. They are at Corey's and ready to be picked up at some point. I kind of hear a little bit of humming, I think. It's probably just transformer hum. Maybe speaker hum. It's very minor. But I think the new soundboard works, so I think it's time to do a little bit of play testing, and then I shall report back. Okay, so I started working on this top right pop bumper, and I guess I didn't do a very good job cleaning the spoon switch. But the pop bumpers are just, by design, they're annoying. If the ball hits the top, it presses the skirt down just ever so. But if you hit the sides of the skirt or the front of the skirt, it pushes down the switch pretty significantly compared. But if you're just hitting the top, maybe I'll demonstrate this. Okay, check out this. I'm hitting the top of the pop bumper here. That one is not too bad. See how much that bends? If I hit the bottom of the pop bumper, it doesn't really look like it, but in most cases, for whatever reason, pressing the top of the skirt, like so, here, just doesn't push it down as much as the front does, and it's definitely true in this case. So I don't know exactly what it is. I've been trying to adjust it and tweak it, and that ain't working. So I'm gonna do some surgery. Start by taking off this switch, doing a thorough cleaning job, seeing if there's any adjustment that's necessary, cleaning the skirt leg there. It's a little dirty. If that doesn't work, I might have to go to full-blown surgery and remove the entire pop bumper mech and completely tear it apart and put it back together again and see if that makes any difference. But if I don't have to do that, that would be kind of nice, because you gotta desolder these general illumination wires, which just is one extra step of unfun. But That's why I don't love pop bumpers. If it weren't for that step, they'd be so easy. That one extra step is just a little bit annoying, but nonetheless, I'm gonna clean the crap out of everything, see what adjustments I can make, and see if I can get that pop bumper more consistent. All right, with the assistance of my Dremel wire brush, check out this. How nice and shiny this switch came out. Yeah, look at that. And then a little bit of rubbing alcohol. And there we go. The skirt leg is nice and shiny too, so I think I'm off to a promising start here. Okay, so have a look here. You know, I rubbed some sandpaper along these guys in the past, but it just doesn't do as good of a job. Look at that. That's not very good. It's easier to do when the mech is out. I also found that these screws were a little bit loose, so I tightened them up so everything's snug. Also, this switchblade was just a smidge off center. Now it's pretty lined up. So all these little things could add up. I'm going to clean these guys next and then reassemble. All right, Dremel brush to the rescue again. Those are nice and shiny. The spoon switch is what activates the pop bumper. This guy is just for sounds and points. But he's much better now. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering what happened to my thumb, I was using the utility knife to clean old tape off of old Gottlieb displays. Kind of slicing it off, and yeah, I kind of missed and hit the old thumb there. Could have been a lot worse, but fortunately it wasn't too bad. Anyway, this is promising. Okay, I got this about as closely adjusted as I think I'm going to get it. So here I'm going to hit the top of the skirt and see the motion. Okay, a little bit, not much. Now I'm going to hit the bottom of the skirt. Really moves it. Top, just barely. So the trick is adjusting it just close enough that it closes, but not so close that it triggers by vibration. So I've run into this multiple times, and I feel like there's a good reason why this is, but it's not the case on every single switch. So this is top. It's got some pretty good motion on it. Bottom. Look, it's about equal there, right? So, I don't know, just minor variances. I'm not sure what it is, but hopefully that'll work. All right, I got the pop bumper, not pump bopper, reinstalled. Hopefully that friggin' works, because I don't want to take it apart again. When I was doing a little bit of play testing, I noticed sometimes the upper right flipper would buzz, so I'm gonna mess with that, do another cleaning and end a stroke switch. And I did notice this little piece of the flipper assembly is loose. That one is a little smidge too. Now, I don't think that's the issue, but I think it's probably a good idea to tighten that. Actually, you know what, I can't do that unless I remove the flipper bat and remove these screws and then access the screws from the top side or underneath. And yeah, I don't really want to do that. So you know what? I'm just gonna really clean and adjust the end of stroke switch and see if that solves that problem. All right. Clean the end of stroke switch. Like I said, it's only occasional. A little buzzy. Oh, that one's a little more buzzy. So sometimes it buzzes, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm not really sure what that is. Well, let me take my tape off there. That was for when I was mucking around with that. Now let's see if the pop bumper works any better. Well, Well, that's just a good start. Son of a... Look. Oh, it's stuck down. Why the... Oh, man. Okay. I obviously, did something wrong there. Okay. Well, guess what? I do get to take it apart again. Yay. Okay, the good and bad news. Bad news is that the issue is me. I put the switch on the wrong side of the wafer there. Good news is that it's an easy fix, so yeah, don't do that. All right, pop bumper test, take 2. And look, yeah, that's better. Come on. How about a super slow roller? Even the super slow roller worked. Cool. I think I'm happy with that. Close to the finish line, boys and girls. Maybe I'll actually start working on that backglass now, and I've got some mirror clips. These were the old clips that were on there. I've got a couple different kinds of mirror clips for 1/4 inch mirrors, and see if I can use those to install the back glass. But I heard the way that they installed the back glass originally was just kind of weird. A couple different people mentioned that you needed to pry apart these metal clips in order to gain access to the circuit boards. So I don't really understand what they mean. So I'm gonna go looking on the interwebs and see if I can figure that out. All right, check this out. I just found some information here. Todd Tuckey of TNT Amusements is talking about this backglass. I haven't seen what it originally looks like yet, but listen to what he has to say. This is interesting. Let's crank this up.
Look at the 3-dimensional backglass. Now, this got the reputation of being what they call the nightmare backglass, and that is because to get this 3D effect, there's a piece of clear glass on the front with artwork on it, and behind that, there's a mirrored backglass. However, it was sitting in there, held in by 2 little clips, and the only way to get to the circuit boards was to take the second piece of glass out and set it down separately. Guess what? Dozens of them were broken. Dozens of them. So what happened is lots of them were reproduced and made, and over the years, more got broken until somebody came up with the idea of putting a bracket in to hold it in, so it never comes out of the machine. 2 brackets hold the glass in. Now, here's the thing.
Interesting.
Glass is no longer made, no longer available. No way can you buy it. But look, you know what this is? It's plexiglass. Beautifully reproduced. You see our god in the back, our god of war? That's plexiglass.
Okay, that's interesting. I still want to see what the original setup looks like. It's not in the Internet Pinball database. So I'll have to go hunting a little bit more. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, this is the best look I've got so far. This is Worth Point showing reproduction Mars God of War backglass, but you can see it looks like it is mounted right there and not on this side. So if these mirror clips don't work, then I can potentially just sort of reproduce those clips. They just look like some thin metal that's bent with a couple holes in them, so I could probably make something if needed. But so that looks like the original setup there. Yeah, pretty shitty design. All right, step 1, aligning the backglass. So I kind of got it propped up, got some light under there so that I can try and square up these windows. You know, from a player perspective though, it's going to be different than this perspective, so this is a little bit of a crapshoot. but it looks pretty semi-aligned. So I don't know if these mirror clips are going to work or not, but I'm going to give it a try. All right, 4 mirror clips installed. I just drilled out the holes a little bit. I tried not to go too deep because there are wires on the other side of this, and that's only like about a 1/4 inch. So there is a chance that I may have screwed into the wires, and there's only one way to find out, but all these wires wrap around. So I used a couple longer screws at the bottom because that's where all the weight is, and then for the top I used a little bit shorter screws because that's not really holding any weight, that's just holding it in place. But it's not like super snug. Like, look at that, it's in there. So there's no strain on the back glass, but obviously gravity is going to keep that in place, but it ain't going anywhere left to right, and it should in theory be good. Why don't we try and do this live together? Let me get my tripod. Okay, you're not going to be able to hear me very well, but first dry fit test, take 1. Hopefully it works. This thing probably weighs friggin' 40 pounds, I swear. Okay. I think I see a problem already. That's okay. We'll see if we can solve it. This clip here, don't look like it's gonna close, does it? So close, oh my God. It may. And that clip down there, oh, that's a problem. That's a friggin' problem. I was a little concerned about that. Yeah, not quite as simple as that. They just protrude out too far. Okay, I guess I'm going back to the drawing board on that. All right, here's what I came up with. A little piece of wood for some backing to screw into. Then a thick piece of Lexan to sandwich here to hold the glass, and then a nice thin piece of Lexan to actually hold the glass in place. So this is the support piece, and this is the hold piece, and this is the backing piece. So it's a 3-tiered system. The screws protrude out a little bit, so I don't know, that could be a problem. I'm not so sure that the upper clips are an issue just yet. The one seemed like it just fit. That one we haven't got that far yet. So I don't know, let's go for run number 2. Do this live again and see what happens. Okay, wish me luck. Okay, let's get a little closer. Definitely tightening up all the hinge hardware seems to have helped. I mean, everything's pretty friggin' solid, to be honest. Okay, clip number 1 just barely clears. And this guy down here, are we gonna have issues? Oh no, definitely have issues. Okay, that is not gonna work. Boo. Okay, back to the drawing board. All right, round 3 tools: hammer, hacksaw, X-Acto knife, utility knife, chisel, screwdriver, and my Dremel with this attachment on it, which actually created a hell of a lot of smoke. I had to disable my smoke detector. It's probably still pretty smoky in here. The wife's probably wondering what the F is going on. So, you know, don't love this strategy, but oh well. I notched it out. Hopefully it friggin' works, because that was a pain in the butt to do. So let's tuck that connector in and see if that was good or bad. Come on, baby. And see if my markings were any good either. Let's see, can you see? Come on, baby. Wait, the lock is down. We gotta open the lock. Okay. How are we doing? What are we hitting? I think I have to notch this out a little bit further. Maybe that'll work. All right, what is this? Try number 4. I busted out the, it's like 10 o'clock at night. I busted out the Dremel again. A lot of noise, a lot of smoke. I don't know, wifey likes it, but let's see if this is worth it in the end. Come on. Pretty close. Not sure if we're hung up on something or what. I actually think this sucks. I gotta go deeper to make room for this screw heads. Okay, I've chopped, I have hacked, I have dremeled. Oh man, I've done everything and it ain't pretty. But you know what? You're never really gonna see it unless you need to service the boards or remove the head or transport the game. And also I'm gonna do a little bit of paint touch up here, so it will almost look factory. But check this out, I might need a third hand here. See if I can do this. No, I need a third hand. One moment. Okay, that is locked into place. Check it out. Oh, you know what I didn't do was plug in the lights, because I have no idea how my alignment is. I may have to realign the back glass, but there it is, technically installed. I didn't have to remove the upper mirror clips. I really hope I didn't drill into any of the wiring. So I gotta wrap up this video. So let me plug it in, see the pretty lights work, clean up my mess, and see if I screwed through any of the back box wiring, and check the alignment. Okay, this was a hard fought battle. I hopefully won. Ooh, I should write down touch up, notch. We'll do that tomorrow or whenever. Okay, alignment please be good, and lights please work. Here we go. Ooh. Lights look like they work. Oh my god, and the alignment is good. Yes, oh my god, that's effing awesome, actually. Damn. I am super stoked about that. You know, I did have to hack it a little bit, but I think it was well worth it. I mean, I was trying to bend some metal and stuff, but I don't really have the right tools to deal with that. But how do you like that? That is friggin' beautiful. Both glasses are in mint shape. All displays are beauty. My alternating red and white lights, infinity lights, are awesome. I love that choice. It just looks, gives it more definition. If it's all red, it's not quite as cool in my opinion. Red is cool, but alternating red and white is cooler. Look at that. Damn. Okay, I should take a photo of that. Okay, that's a good note to end on. I'm out of here. We'll see you next time.